Welcome to the show. This is Africa's Disability Dialogues, the show where we focus on matters disability inclusive development in Africa. According to official data, as of April 2019, the world has a population of 7.7 billion people. 15% of these individuals are people living with disabilities. That is about 110 to 190 million people. 75% of that population are residing in third world countries. And this means that the majority of people living with disabilities reside in Africa. Our question therefore is Africa ready, and as Africa put in place measures and policies that remove the barriers which discriminate against people living with disabilities? In a bit, our guests will help us understand and solve this equation. We welcome you, our guests on set tonight, and I would love you to kindly introduce yourselves to our viewers.
Good evening, viewers. My name is Peter Kilonzo Moasia. I'm the Secretary General of PWDs in Embakasi South.
Okay, kwa majina naitwa Benson Chalo, naishi Embakasi South.
Welcome on the show. It is such an honor to have you around. Starting with Benson, how was your experience growing up as a child living with disabilities?
Okay, nimepitia mengi. Sana kuna kule kutengwa, kuna kule kutoelewa, kunielewa mimi kama ninaishi na ulemavu. Na pia si watu wengi wanajua kama walemavu wako. Nimesoma katika shule ya msingi ya disabled people at Machakos. Nikaendelea nikafuzu, nikaenda secondary ya walemavu inapatikana Thika. Nimemaliza shule ya secondary, then nikaanza yaso yangu. Nimekuwa nikiaso. Mimi ni mwanabiashara. Nimeweka biashara yangu, yani nimejiajiri. Yeah.
You're self-employed and you're doing your own business.
Ndio.
Peter, how was your experience growing up as a child living with disability?
It was exciting. Actually, it was, I don't know, it was a mixed feeling, living with a disability, and yet you're still a kid. I grew up as a young boy who was much daring. Mimi nilikuwa mtu wa kusumbua. Nilitaka nifanye kama wale watoto wengine.
Yeah.
I used to play football.
Okay.
Funny enough, I used to run so much. I remember a day nilikutana na mwalimu wangu wa hesabu, Mr. Cosmas, in primary school. Na nikamknock kwa sababu nilitoka nimekimbia sana. And he told me, Kilonzo, tembea pole pole. And I told him, no, I want to beat the other kids.
Yeah.
I want to be as fast as the other kids.
Yes, yeah.
So I went to St. Francis Primary School in Mesiani, that is in Kangundo. I went to Kaumoni in Makueni for my secondary education. And I later joined Machakos University for my studies, where I did electronic engineering. Yeah, and after my school, I thought, what should we do for PWDs? I could have dared and gone nitafute kazi ambayo itakuja kunifanyia kitu kikubwa. But I thought then, kuna brothers zangu ambao wako kwa community kama Benson, ambao kidogo wanapitia mambo lakini hawajapata ile courage ya kutoka nje. And then say, we should work together to pige stigma kando, tupigane na wale watu ambao wanafikiria kwamba kwa ajili mtu ambaye ako na disability is a failure to their companies. Tujaribu tuambie PWDs ama people living with disabilities kwamba they have their rights. Wako na rights zao. They have those rights kwamba anafaa kuishi kama ule mtu mwingine wa kawaida. And I thank my community. because we live with them ni kama ndugu na dada. Hata huwa we make jokes everywhere with them. They sometimes I walk with my car. Sometimes nikitoka na I don't sifikiri kwamba hata natumia kitu. So my device wakati mwingine iacha and I'm like I have to wake up and kumbe nimewacha device yangu. So I really have to because the community has embraced us.
The community has embraced and is accommodating to you.
Yeah.
Both of you have been to school, and we wouldn't now say that because of your disability you think it's a barrier to education. You have reached up to university level, secondary level, which is really a good thing. But why is it that when we come to opportunities to earn a sustainable income, it is difficult for people with disabilities to be employed by other employers because for unknown reasons? Maybe you could help us understand, and also the viewers and any other person that is watching, why is it difficult for a person living with a disability to earn a sustainable income through employment?
I just want to help here. I want to correct you before Benson says something.
Okay.
Being or rather having a disability is not a barrier. Sometimes I take it as an opportunity, maybe, and I have to explore that. Niko na rafiki yangu moja ambaye tunafanya kazi na yeye, and he just had an accident. His disability, that's how his disability came about. So one day I told him, bwana, si upone uende utolewe hii chuma kwa mguu. Do you know what he told me? Wewe nipone kazi ishe. Wewe unataka kazi yangu kwa sababu gani ishe nikipona?
Okay.
So kwake yeye,
the disability is giving him a job.
It's giving him a job.
An opportunity.
We've gone to offices with Benson with our status, which mtu wa kawaida hajafika. You see? And so kusema ni barrier, although watu wengi ambao wanaajiri wana kampuni, they take like mtu kukuwa na disability as it's the hand. Ukiajiri yule mtu kazi yako imeisha. Little do they know that kuna kazi ambazo hazihitaji manpower. You just need your mind and you give a very good output.
Yeah, I agree.
You give a very good output. So it is the high time that the employers thought about kuintegrate hawa watu ambao wanaishi na ulemavu nikiwa kati yao. I will never walk vizuri mpaka nikakufa. Does it mean that my life is has ended?
No.
I've just started my life.
And you're productive in ways that an able-bodied person is not even able to, because you're working in a community of so many people, you're changing lives, you're impacting people, and it is because of this disability that you're able to do that. Benson, over to you. You talked about discrimination growing up. I don't know if that discrimination right now has ended, but let's go back while you were still a child. We have so many societal myths around disability. Do we see an improvement in the 21st century, or still as Africans we are carrying the myths around and discriminating people on basis that do not hold water?
Okay. Kwangu sikuona kama ni mzigo sana, ndo manake nimefika mahali nimefika. During my younghood, yani nikiwa mdogo, haingewezekana kueleweka kuwa kuna watu kama mimi. Ila tu nilijiamini, wazazi pia wakanisaidia kujiamini kuwa mimi ni mlemavu, na pia wakasaidia pia wanaoishi na mimi pia wakajua mimi ni mlemavu na ninaweza kusoma kama mtoto mwingine ambaye hana ulemavu, na pia wakaweza kunielewa naishi na wao. Hakuna mahali wanaweza nipeleka. After all niko na ulemavu, hakuna mahali watanipeleka. Nitaishi na wao. Maisha yetu yani tutazidi kufanya pamoja, kucheza pamoja. As in kitambo wanielewe, tulikuwa tunacheza, lakini unaona ni kama wananiepa. Hawataki tucheze na wao. Hawataki tucheze na wao cause wanaona ni kama ni ugonjwa. Wengine wanaamini hivyo according to their beliefs. they believe someone to be disabled, it is like a curse. It is like a yani si kitu ya kawaida. Ambapo ilifika mahali wakakuja kuelewa ni kitu ya kawaida na ulemavu inaweza pata anybody.
Yeah, anyone. And do you think that while your parents were very protective of you as their own child, did they receive at points in their life backlash and negative comments from the people around them?
Of course. Wengi walikuwa na discourage, wanamuuliza huyu utampeleka wapi, hata kama atasoma atashika nini, anaenda mpaka wapi. Wengine hata hawakuelewa juu wanasema kulingana na kimo changu, anasema wengine hata nilikuwa nabebwa nikiwa mkubwa, anasema unabana na mtu mkubwa wapi. Lakini hawaku discourageka, waliendelea kukaa na mimi, kuishi na mimi, kunionyesha upendo. By the way, I thank my parents.
I appreciate
kabisa. Vile wananiona, najua wananiona mahali wako. Na appreciate kabisa juu si kawaida, si wote, si walemavu wote wamekubalika. Wengine hata tunaenda kuwatoa. Kwa sababu wengine wametengwa. Wametengwa kabisa. Kwa hivyo kupata mzazi anakuelewa jinsi ulivyo, unafaa pia ku appreciate.
And I think it flows from the parents or the guardians then now to the community. Peter, was it also the same case for you? Did your parents also receive these negative comments from around? Were you discriminated? And how did you go beyond that?
There's something which comes to my mind every time I look at my wife.
Yeah.
Kwanza salimika madam. And I love her so much.
Okay.
When I went to marry her, someone said this. We, umeolewa na nani? To a point of view, that sounds like ule ameoa huyo mtu ana uwezo fulani, which was wrong.
Yeah, they think of you less of a man.
Less of a man. Imagine I have 2 kids. These are 2. And I've kept my wife anatoshana na wewe. So, it's wale waliuliza hivyo wako wapi? And maybe mtu ambaye ako airboard hajafikia pale. So madharau nimepata. I once was doing something and I went to look for a job. Na nikauliza ninaweza kukuwa mtangazaji in a certain radio station somewhere, and I want to go to the media houses. We have the capability. I've been watching this and I've been doing some research, and I've looked at the media houses, and very few have absorbed PWDs. I don't know whether PWDs are not doing journalism.
You feel they're underrepresented?
I've not seen a news anchor on wheelchair for long, at least.
But on Science TV,
on Science TV,
all our news presenters have physical challenges.
Yeah, on Science TV only. I said on Science TV only. Okay. With the other media houses, I don't know whether they have read the Constitution. It's a right. It's our right.
It's your right. And are you fighting for your right? Are you voicing out your right?
Yeah.
Do you know your rights, and do you know when you're being violated?
Yes.
That is the question.
Yes, we know our rights. Like now we need a representative in TVs. I know we have people who have done journalism.
But you have representatives in the parliament and in the Senate.
We won't wait until they come and tell them to employ our people.
Okay.
It is their chance now. They have to go and read the Constitution. We have the right to be seen. We have the right to work. I don't know why employers wanatufinyilia kando. For the information, we are the best. Because a PWD will do something at their best. Kama ni mtu wako na bibi, anatengenezanga bibi anakaa round. Mpaka watu wako nje wanashimba, huyu ni bibi wa huyu.
Talking about that, Benson, do you feel like the leaders that are supposed to be representing you are not fully doing whatever they are supposed to do, what they're expected to do? Or do you think you as individuals now that are being represented, have you tried making alliances with these individuals who are representing you to be able to make sure that the same issues you're raising here are being worked on in their specific spaces?
I think Ingawa wamejaribu hawajafikia ile kiwango wanafaa kufikia kwa sasa. Wengine hawajatuelewa kabisa juu some of the offices, nimetembea kwa ofisi mingi, like unapata hata mtu wa wheelchair hawezi panda, yani hawajatengeneza vizuri kama accessibility ya. Hakuna ramps
or lifts.
Ama lifts. Unapata mtu kama mimi ni mfupi, ofisi iko juu. Inabidi nitafute mtu mwingine wa kunisaidia kufikisha ule ujumbe. Ni vizuri wakuwe na hiyo, yani wapate hiyo information, kuwa ni vizuri wakete pia walemavu wajue wako, they exist. Yeah. Kwa hivyo ni vizuri wakuwe hata sisi wanatuweka watupee kipaumbele. Ndiposa tukaweze kusikia kama tuko na wale wengine.
Talking about accessibility, just hold your thought there. We will take a very short break and come back with the same conversation. See you in a bit. Our SMS free line is 20508. Send your feedback and your comments, and also keep the conversation going on our social media platforms at Science TV Kenya. Benson, we were talking about accessibility, and it limits movement for people living with disabilities. The infrastructure is not friendly. For example, you used an example that you'd want to go to the 3rd floor of a building. There are no ramps, there are no lifts. How does someone using a wheelchair get to that building? Has it posed as a challenge for you?
Inakuwa noma kabisa. Unapoangalia, acha tuache kusema mtu wa wheelchair peke yake. Juu kama mimi ni challenge kabisa kupanda stairs, napanda moja. Okay? Mimi najiweka hiyo category ya wheelchair. Juu ukiangalia mtu wa wheelchair na mimi pia ni kama tuko the same. You see? Na si kupanda tu peke yake, hata kwa magari. Wakati nina travel inakuwa shida. Inabidi niite mtu anipandishe kwa ile gari. Kwa nini serikali isifanye jambo at least wakuje na gari special zenye ziko na lift?
I don't think it's even a special car. It's just being accessible, like a basic human right. We have people living with disabilities in our community, in our society. So for us to be able to embrace them and encourage them to access these livelihood activities, let's us put these measures. Like Rwanda is a 3rd world country. Rwanda is not Western. Rwanda is part of us, it's Kenya's neighbor. But they have gone beyond and made sure that people living with disabilities are able to access matatus by their own effort. They don't need to ask for help because they have improved the infrastructure. At the hospitals level, Peter, earlier we were talking about language barrier. For example, for women who are not able to speak or hear. Do you think it is also a challenge for them to get medical services and also services in other offices because we don't have interpreters? What would you advise?
First is a call to the county government. That is now in the hands of the national government. I don't know how they will do it, but it's a plea and a request that at least in every facility we have a disability desk, whereby we will have an interpreter who will help the deaf generation. I don't know why it is taking too long for such a simple thing to be done when the government is paying nurses and other people. We had an incident in one of the facilities, which is owned by the county.
Okay.
Mama alisimama kwa laini.
A deaf mother.
A deaf mother.
Okay.
Alisimama kwa laini. Bwana yake hakukuwa, alikuwa kazi. And you know, sometimes ikikuja imekuja. I hope you understand me.
Yeah, she was due.
Yeah. The time had come.
For her to deliver her baby.
And when she went to queue, there was no one to help her. Kwa sababu kila mtu ana shida yake, anang'ang'ana ingia kwa line.
Yeah.
And there is no sympathy there. She was almost giving birth on the queue. It is paining. I was called after the incident, and at least we tried to do something. And until now, I've not seen a permanent desk in that facility. So it's my call. Tafadhali, wale viongozi mko pale, tunaomba kwa kila, at least kila facility, at least ile iko owned by the county, ama saizi ni national government, iko under control hiyo. Let's have a disability friendly desk, whereby sisi tukikuja pale hospitali, we will feel like we are part of the other community.
And also I think it's not just about interpreters, but for you who is not able to stand like any other person, it would be so wrong to keep you standing for 1 hour, 2 hours, yet you need support. I think this desk will be accommodating people who have physical challenges, so they're able to be not sympathy, but to be what is it called?
It's just giving
attended to priority.
A priority to this needy person.
Yeah.
Remember, this PWD needs some attention, and this also applies to other stakeholders like the banks. I once visited a bank and I was queuing until nikakaa like 10 minutes. The security lady saw me. And then she came, why are you queuing? Are you sure that hakuna watu wengine walikuwa wameniona nimequeue?
Even as the general public,
you see,
it is supposed to click in our mind that this person needs
some attention. Apate haraka.
Unaona?
I've seen this in many facilities, and it's just my plea and my request that number one, we are part of this community. As we love you, you should love us back. At least correct on the amenities that will make our lives move smooth. We really need to be part of you, because tumezaliwa kwenu. You see? And we are going nowhere. Sisi ni kama Miguna, we are going nowhere. We are not boarding. So the fact is, we are in this country and we need to be heard. Our voices are audible to you. Kwa nini mnafunga masikio? We need ramps in our offices.
Lifts.
We need lifts. Kama ofisi iko huko juu sana, na utaki kunipea kazi kwa sababu ofisi yako, excuse yako, unaniambia siwezi panda huko juu. Shusha ofisi hapa chini unipee kazi.
Make it inclusive.
Yes. You don't need to build another whole house. Wewe leta tu ofisi hapa chini, hata kama ni ofisi B, tutakuwa tukifanya hapa ukiletewa huko juu hapa.
Work from there.
And we will make you happy.
Benson, Peter told us he's married, he's a married guy, and he has 2 children and a very beautiful wife.
You have to repeat that.
Okay. I want to pose this question for both of you, however married you are, maybe probably you had a previous relationship that maybe didn't work or something, but can you share with us and tell us honestly, is it difficult for someone who has a disability to be in a stable relationship, especially with someone who does not have a disability? And do you find that your disability limits you to find families and to be in a relationship that can lead to marriage?
Kwa hiyo ya marriage, sikuwa nimesema, na ni makosa sana kukosa kusema. Kwangu si bibi peke yake, ni mrembo. Namtambua kama mrembo. Niko na mrembo na mtoto mmoja. Ambapo nataka kucheza game ya pili. Kwa hivyo naona si kitu ngumu kwangu. Nilikatia kama kawaida, kama mtu mwingine. Niko na marafiki wengi wananikujia wananiambia sijaoa. Wengine wako ebo, ni wengi ni wale ebo. Sasa wanashanga, jalo, ulikatia aje? Sasa inakuwa ngumu sana kuwaelezea juu. Siwezi anza kukatia mtu kama venye nilikatia bibi yangu. Nasema tu ni kawaida, ukichukulia ni kawaida, itakuwa tu kawaida kwako. Walemavu kama mimi nawaambia jikazeni, mwenye hajaoa aoe. Si kitu ngumu, ni kitu obvious. Ni mtu kama ule mwingine. Mlemavu ni mtu kama ule mwingine. Tofauti ni kuwa ako na upungufu wa kufanya jambo fulani, lakini hana upungufu wa akili. Akili ako nayo. Mdomo ako nayo, anaweza ongea. Kwani kuoni kukatia tu, ni kuongea tu.
Okay, about your wife, and congratulations on your family. Was it easy for you, the process of you trying to get married to her? First, maybe you could help tell our viewers, is she also living with a disability?
Okay, wangu ako sawa kabisa. Nasema ni kama wewe. Na ni able kabisa. As in, si ati singeoa mlemavu kama mimi, lakini huyo ndiye alinipenda.
Yes.
Na pia ni challenge. Niliongea na mademu. Kitambo nipate wangu, nimeongea na mademu wengi, nimekatia wengi, wengine wamenikataa kulingana na challenge zangu. Mpaka wakati Mungu alinijalia nikapata huyo mrembo, akanikubali jinsi nilivyo. Na pia nasema kwa kila unaposoma Biblia inasemekana kuwa kila mtu ako na mtu wake mwenye amewekewa na Mungu. Kwa hivyo naambia walemavu wenzangu wasije wakajidharau jinsi walivyo. Wajipe morali kama vile nilijipea morali.
Thank you. And what was the outlook of her parents when she said, now this is the guy I'm getting married to?
Wazazi wake, as in wazazi wake, haikuwa ngumu sana.
It was okay.
It was okay because nilikuwa najua kujieleza.
Okay.
Na si kuiba venye watu wanaoa wameficha marriage yao. Mimi nilijitokeza, nikaongea kama mtu mzima, tukaelewana. Haikuwa challenge kwangu sana kwa wazazi. Kwangu pia kwa wazazi wangu niliwaelezea, na before nioe nilikuwa nimewaelezea nataka kuoa.
And they are so proud of you, like we are very proud of you. Peter, as we wind up, time is not on our side. I wish we could have this conversation going, but there is always a next time. What are your thoughts on Kenyan policies on effecting inclusion of people with disabilities at work, accessing government procurement opportunities, families, and trying just to build themselves to earn an income like any other person without relying on help, but ensuring that you guys are able to live independently?
I think with the policies, it's just like a written document. They just have the paper and no implementation. Watu wanaambiwa disabled persons wako na rights zao. But are they implemented? Vile tunasema sasa hivi, media houses, sijaona representatives wengi, ama journalist, you see, but sijaona wengi. Wenye nimeanza kuona wakijitokeza ni kama wale wako shule. When we have workshops, unapata wale wako shule. Lakini nikienda kwa other media houses napata hakuna, ama unapata kamoja kamo. Lakini are they given good airplay? Wanapata vipindi ambavyo vina make sense. Unajua unaweza kuwa wewe ni presenter, lakini umepewa kipindi kiko na airtime kidogo, ama airtime watu tushalala kidogo. Wanapewa vile vipindi major. A program like this. You see, when you should articulate your issues. Ama unaangaliwa tu unaonekana wacha huyo to fix popo. So I think policies are there. They are not implemented.
The implementation is
the problem.
And what are you doing it because you know it as an individual and with your role? What have you tried to do to make sure that despite the good policies, let's make sure that the implementation also is good as the policy looks like?
I don't just teach people about their rights. I tell them on how to fight for their rights. We hold workshops and we let people go work. We go to companies, we look for the jobs for those people. You give us your certificates. If you're qualified, we go to the companies and we look jobs for you.
Has it been fruitful?
At least it is working.
It is working.
It is really working since we got into this seat. Since we started working with the community for the PWDs, we've seen a very tremendous change. Watoto wametolewa kwa nyumba, watoto wameenda shule, watu ambao walikuwa wanasema hatuwezi kufanya kazi kwa sababu certificates tuko nazo, but the companies are rejecting us. At least we have 3. Wenye naweza kukwambia they are good example, they are living well. Tulipeleka mabarua zao na wakaitwa. So as long as the policies are there, they need implementation. Now, mtu wewe ambaye unaishi na ulemavu, serikali haitakuja kukusaidia. It is you to start.
It is for you to come out first.
Come out.
Even the Lord says come.
Na sasa mzigo huu mzito usingoje mtu akupumzishe. Wewe tu uweke chini serikali ikuje ibebe. Na maanisha nini? Sisi tunataka kazi serikali. Kama tumesoma, si nimesoma kwa klasi moja na yule mtu ako able. Kwa nini sitaki nipewe kazi? Kwa mfano kutangaza, hosting a show like this one. Tumepiga gym wapi? Hakuna mahali tumepiga gym. So we are using our minds and our mouths to speak.
And able to speak like any other person.
Yeah.
In fact, you are doing it so well.
This guy is married. Okay? Sometimes he makes fun of us. Anatuambia, "Ninyi mnanitafuta huko juu na niko hapa chini. Simunione." You see? Or sometimes in a meeting, anakuja anapanda juu ya kiti. Ananiambia nimenyamaza sana hamnisikii.
Let me now speak.
Sikilizani?
Yeah, he's coming out by himself.
You see?
He's not waiting for an opportunity.
And the last one thing. One last thing. Wale wazazi ambao wanafungia watoto wako na ulemavu kwa nyumba. Mnafungia treasure.
Tell them, let them know.
Ushasikia treasure? Treasure is something very precious. Something like gold. Wewe unafungia mtoto hivi. Wale ambao wana watch hapa ni wachache sana walifika State House. You see? Ni wachache sana wamekutana na wakubwa. Kwa sababu wao hawakuwa na opportunities. But maybe some of us tumeenda ofisi kubwa. Ujui mtoto wako anaweza kutoa wapi? There's a time niliokolea mama yangu na baba yangu. Pali brothers zangu ambao wako able awange waokole na ni yule mtu ako na disability. There's a time I saved a life. Alive. Pali watu wengine hawangekuwa na uwezo kwa sababu nilikuwa na communication.
Okay.
And I called an ambulance and it saved a life.
Yeah.
That told me something. That I'm very important in this community. And the community should embrace us as one of them. I thank my community by the way, and I have to repeat this, they are my friends. Mimi, we integrate with them. Tunakaa vizuri na wao. We included, I mean, shule zile ziko pale, Embakasi. I thank them. Wameanza kujua kwamba inclusion is very important. Watoto wanasomeshwa vizuri.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I will pose the last question. 1 minute, 1 second answer. Would you trade your disability for anything else?
No.
You'd want to be that.
I just want to be like this. I'm happy,
and
man.
You're happy.
I'm married, I'm happy.
You're happy. That's all for you.
By the way, mimi niko happy kwa sababu I think rais mwenye sijasalimia tu peke yake ni Uhuru. Na I think before atoke tutakuwa tumepatana.
Yes. That is so good. That is so good.
Yeah.
And as we now finish the show, because time is not on our side, what would you tell someone out there that is living with a disability and they feel like because of this disability then there is no life for me, I cannot find a family, I cannot start my own business, let me just sit here and wait for sympathy until my time is over on earth? In 15 seconds each, tell that person, speak to that person.
If you have a disability, come out, make mula, tengeneza pesa, wasichana watakufuata.
And for you, Benson?
Mimi naweza waambia wajitokeze na wenye wako nao kwa nyumba watoe kwa sababu hujui kesho yako itakuwa aje. Ile mtoto labda atakupeleka Amerika ama atakupeleka mbali.
Ama ni CS wa ministry kubwa.
Maybe you're just sitting on your good opportunity.
Huwezi jua.
Yeah.
Kesho yako iko.
Wakisha taa ionekane.
Kuacha kupicha chini ya kitanda.
Okay. Thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed the show, our fellow viewers, and we hope that you will join us next time, same place at Science TV. This is Africa's Disability Dialogues. It is time for you to rise beyond that disability. Go out, achieve your goals. Go there, do something that you've always wanted to do. If you love cooking, go try making anything that you think people will love in your society. If you love writing, write. We just said that a disability can only maybe limit you from moving or being able to access things, but you still have the brains, you still have the energy and the zeal to be that person you have always wanted to be. Thank you so much, our guests, for joining us, and I hope you will join us and again to keep these conversations going. I have been your host, Kinamdali Kagoya Sarah. Have a good night. Until then, God bless you.